Hi, this is John with Performance Plus Tennis. In today's lesson, we're going to cover a concept that most of you have probably heard before. It's the concept of holding your finish in your strokes. And we're going to cover what that means, how it helps you as a tennis player, and show you that the pros actually hold their finishes as well, particularly when they're practicing or warming up. And this idea and concept is going to help you with your tennis, and we're going to cover that and more in today's lesson. So the idea of holding your finish really means freezing at the end of your stroke. So if I just do a demonstration here, and I drop the ball and I play it through, and I hold my finish, what is the benefit of doing that? Well, the idea here is that it's a checkpoint, and it gives you a moment in time to check to make sure that not only have you completed your stroke, but you've also maintained body balance and control by doing so. And it also really helps you feel like you're in control all the way to the end, and it helps you produce a repeating stroke pattern over and over again, so you start to feel like you're repeating and getting your strokes in a groove. The more your strokes are in a groove, the more you're going to feel like you can repeat good shots one right after another over and over again. So when it comes to the forehand, one of the things you can do is you can use your non-dominant arm as a goal to catch the racket at the conclusion of the shot. So catch it. And that'll really give you an objective to stroke through and get to the end and hold it there and then bring it back down. So on the forehand, you can do that. And what I really recommend you do is stroke out through the ball and feel like your end cap is pointing towards your target line and hold it there, okay? And you don't have to freeze it to the point where it feels unnatural, but just play it through, feel it there for a moment, hold it, and then carry on. One of the other key benefits of holding your finish is it helps align the swing rhythm. I oftentimes see a lot of club players who are out of their swing rhythm, and what that means is oftentimes they're swinging faster here after the ball's gone. So if you have the intention of playing the ball and holding your finish, it really smoothens out your swing, and it helps align the acceleration to the right place in the swing, behind the ball and through, and then you just hold, slow down, and hold and finish with control. So it really helps organize your stroke, it helps maintain balance and control, and you'll really discover almost immediately that you'll gain more ball control by holding the finish on the forehand. And holding your finish is an ideal thing to focus on in your warm-up stage of your playing. So when you get your strokes in a nice groove, this is a great time to do it when you're warming up before your match play, and you'll see pros doing this routinely on the practice courts. It really will help you. But once you start to play in your match, don't focus on holding the finish. Focus on just being natural and playing your shot through, because the feeling of control is already embedded in your swing, and you'll start to feel the same sensation without feeling robotic when you're playing in your matches. And when it comes to the backhand, and particularly the one-handed backhand, you will see routinely professional players holding their finishes, even in competition, because it feels so comfortable to finish it and hold it, because you really drive and lift through the playing shoulder. You'll see every one-handed player play it through and hold it for a fraction of a second and hold it and then come back down and play. Here we go, play it again through, hold it, and then bring it down. All the way back to the days of even Boris Becker, Stefan Edberg. You'll see them even in live matches. They'll play a backhand and they'll hold it while they're recovering and then bring it down. So if you're a one-hander, really focus on getting through that shot and feeling the sensation, the balance, the control, and the completion of your stroke all the way through, and just hold it for a fraction of a moment before you bring it down and carry on. And this concept is especially important on the slice backhand, because the slice backhand, the most common things that recreational players do on the slice backhand is they have a release. So if you know you're going to hold the finish, it gives you an intention and a feel all the way through to the end. So you're playing the slice through the shoulder and holding it. And that's critical to controlling the slice backhand. So we really can focus on that and eliminate any flipping of the wrist or releasing of the wrist as we play through the shot. And the sensation of holding it will really begin to control your ball on the slice backhand. And when it comes to the two-handed backhand, the principle still holds true. Play that shot through, really driving the non-dominant hand, which really becomes the dominant hand, for me, the left hand. Drive it out and hold it. And know that you've made a nice complete stroke all the way through, and hold your balance and hold your control, then bring the racket down softly. And that will really help, again, feel like it helps coordinate and organize your stroke, keep you balanced, keep you in alignment, and really make you feel like you're in control. The end result is you'll start to control the ball much, much better. And once again, it will help you align where that acceleration happens, so you won't be taking away any power. In fact, you're going to find more power by accelerating in the right place, but maintaining balance and control, and you'll start to control your balls much, much better. And when it comes to the volleys, holding or controlling the finish is essential, because volleys aren't characterized by a release of any kind or a flipping quality of the racket. So what I love for my students to do is play the volley and freeze, and then even just look at the racket when we're practicing. So there's less focus on what the ball's doing and more attention on the feel of playing the shot and controlling the finish. And the idea here on the volley is that the racket face sets up to the ball, pointing at the intended target, and you play the volley through, and at the end, the racket face is still pointing at the target. So turning your attention more towards the technical part of how to play the volley and less about what the ball's actually done during practice will help you quite a bit when you're playing your matches. You'll build the habit of playing it and holding it. And that's what we want to get built in. So here's an example of how you can practice this, and this is really great practice. So I'm actually going to self-feed the ball to me, but if you're working on the technique of your volley, you can just place the ball and hold it there and just look at your racket. I've got my target set up, and there it is, and I'm still there. So that will really help you understand how to get the control and the feel of your volley. And you can do the exact same thing on the backhand volley. You play the volley, and you freeze it and you hold it. And the more you do that, the more you'll get control of your volley. And then when it comes to match play, you'll really understand the feel of how to control your volleys like a pro. So let me give you a quick demonstration on practicing the backhand volley, which is a little bit trickier because you have to place the ball up first and then get your left hand back on the throat of the racket, but you can still do the exact same thing. So I'm here, I've got the ball up, set, and I play and I hold. Toss the ball up, set, play, and hold. A little trickier to do, but just getting out and practicing these skills on your own will make a big difference in your volleys. And remember, holding the finish, or essentially stopping on contact, the feeling of stopping on contact, is going to give your volleys a lot more control. So you might be thinking, what about the serve? Could I possibly hold the finish on the serve, and what would I do that for if I'm trying to maximize my acceleration? Well, the reality is there is a technique to really feel like you hold the control of your finish on the serve, and there's some really excellent benefits to that. One of the things that really drives me crazy is when I see players that swing hard and the racket just comes flying all over the place at the end and there's no control. And what that usually indicates to me is that the swing speed, the maximum swing speed, is in the wrong place. So if your serve is characterized by a finish that's flying way past and just kind of going crazy, more than likely you're swinging too fast, too late in the swing. The ideal swing rhythm on the serve would begin, obviously has to begin slowly, and then we get into a position where it's going to accelerate, and then it's going to come down and be in control at the end. And the idea of controlling the serve at the end, again, will align your swing rhythm in the right way, and it'll start to give you a true feeling of control of the ball. So I don't want you to feel tight or robotic. I don't want you to feel like, oh my gosh, I've got to hold it like that, but feel like you bring it down and you hold it in control, and it can come across you here, but feel like it comes through and it floats back to you and you're ready to pick it up to play. And it will help you get the feeling of accelerating into and through the ball, but then bring it down with control. Hold the control of the swing with your shoulder. Don't let this just go flying through somewhere. And you'll begin to discover how to gain much more control without losing any power on your serve. As a bonus tip, one of the things that can occur when you're trying to hold your finishes is increasing tension in your swings and even in your grip. So I'm going to give you a quick tip here on the tension that's ideal that you can use universally on every shot in tennis that will help reduce tension but still give you the sensation of feeling like you're in control and holding your finishes. It's a very simple tip. The tension you want to have in your racket is such that you can feel the weight of the racket head. So if I come out to say my forehand contact point and I'm too tight and I'm holding the racket tight, my muscles are engaged, I'm holding tight, I can't feel the weight of the racket head. The racket head has literally disappeared in my hand. So I'm going to soften it up a little bit and relax it, and now I can feel the weight. But I haven't lost control of the racket. So obviously I can't let the racket get out of my hand or lose control. I've got to maintain control of the racket, but I can feel the weight of the racket head. And that is the ideal tension for every shot you play in tennis. So use that as your point of reference for grip tension. That combined with holding your finishes, you should start to feel lots of improvement right away. Thanks so much for watching today's lesson. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share this video with your tennis friends who could benefit from it. Surely appreciate if you do that. And again, leave your comments down below. I'll respond to them. If you have ideas or questions about something you want me to address in a future video, let me know. And then finally, if you want to gain access to my library of lessons, which reviews all the fundamentals of every shot in tennis that will help you improve, click on the link in the description down below and get access to that library of lessons. Thanks again for watching today's video, and we'll see you in the next lesson.